Cellphone na siya. Live na ka?
Paano ni? Sa YouTube ako nga-testingan para makaparakuan.
Wala lagi. Oy. Oy. Suko ka?
Wala man.
Suko lagi kay kamutan.
Ano sa man?
Ay po, suko-suko. Uy,
Wala
buti
mo
pa rin
ko.
ako.
Wala mo kung nasuko. Ikaw rin.
Tapos, buti rin ako. Sige.
Nga. Nag-testing mo pa ako. O lagi. Katong kuan. Masa nang isalida.
Adi nang dito. Ha?
Wait sa. TI. Sundog ko na po mga style sa mga streamer. Style na.
Yeah.
Where's the phone?
Check, sound check.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Unsa ganina sa UV oy?
Wala naman.
Unsa din ni?
Oh, fire alert.
Perdil?
Oh.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sana. Ito ba sa bakay na ako
Tama
yun?
na.
Lama. Eh. Kira. Ah. Saan lagi kay palitan ako sa PIA o kuwan dali. Palitan.
Wala pa ko ni computer dire do para magana nya magana pa niya tatanan kay ayo kapal dapat mamiti pa
Ah.
kaya niyo nya
Ah,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
terus.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Duha na yung motor diya, baha. Kayawa ko.
The rule of invisibility.
Oh. Basta ganahan pa siya mong tanaw.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay raman, si Edere ay sige to. Ang tuon ay karon gipapalit na akong sudaan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kumana lagi na uniform na sapatos.
Ay, salamat talaga siya. Lagi babalik lang. O pasakay kasi ni
Dire's structures are fortified.
Uy, ayaw ba din ang bata ni mga anak? Uy, nakalik ko bitaw ka na ako. Ako sa lagi. Uy, nagkako pa. Dana,
Ah,
nakasin sa rin pagkanon.
sige. Here we go again. Sound check. Test for TI. Test for TI now. Here we go again. Sound check. Check. For
Radiant's
TI.
bottom
For
tower is under
TI.
attack.
Test for TI now. So, let me alone. Let's go. Naaras din sa bot para push. Check. Let me alone. Pushing for bottom TI. Ilang itistingan ang buwan ng bot.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So, let me alone. Let's go. Naaras din sa bot para push. Una sila sa bot. Drone sila sa bottom TI. Start. Wala sa icepan. Mars. Dagger inside. Atras. Pero back sila. Una sila sa bot. So, Excalibur na gamit ko. Juggernaut. Start. Wala sa icepan. Mars. Okay, munta. Oh, pinatyan na eh. The hero ice path, okay go. Now Iceberg's going inside. Iceberg try patay si TS, patay si TS. Iceberg stand. And ulti ni Sakling pero mura nagwa kahit kapitid. Now Juggernaut ultimate TP out.
Radiant's middle
Tuyok
tower is
TP
under
out.
attack.
So already gamit Juggernaut. Ember.
Radiant's
So
middle
karon
tower
they try
is
to
falling.
push mid lane. No, Arc Warden is trying to push ang ultimate ni Arc Warden ang illusion. So nasa 10 seconds para push. Sakit yapon kayo na kinaani si ay Engineer na si Hanok Midas. How to try to Euro Russian para mailang ang Aegis so that extra. After ni para push sila sa mid lane na ni.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Burns eternal.
Asa
I'll take
forward.
that as tribute.
I'll take your tribute.
So napay
Illusions balance the scale.
pareha silang duha na yung mga pagkahit. Then Russian is up for 7 minutes and 40 seconds. So by 37 for 38 si Russia. Now OD naa si DQB or staff, of course power threads pinaka-importante and for the supports for staff nasa contributes o awards. Now
Dire's bottom
gusto
tower
nila
is
mabawi
under
there's
attack.
bot so Excalibur nagdao sa na. Oh, there's a dagger ulti. Push lang yes. Now tuyukan ni Excalibur ni Juggernaut. Now they
Radiant's
try
top
to
tower is under
get
attack.
back pero murag masakpan. Oh, nakadagger out.
Dire's bottom tower
Dagger
is
si
under attack.
something very good play. Now Ember Spirit is trying to rest back. Naruta niya pero wa siya mo go kay layo ang kauban.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, kuwang sa sila usa ka support in which ang importante kayo ang skill ni Witch Doctor.
Is under attack.
And yeah, kuwang sa sila usa ka support in which ang importante kayo ang skill ni Witch Doctor.
Is under attack.
And yeah, kuwang sa sila usa ka support in which ang importante kayo ang skill ni Witch Doctor. Oh, matay si Grimstroke. pamilis
Radiant's top
stroke.
tower is
Now,
under
listanan
attack.
si Juggernaut pero nakinagyan ay galing tayo. Timber, yang dipatay si Kagiro. Matay si Stroke. And murag matry pamilis pero nastanan. Now, listanan si patay ka nakinagyan ay galing tayo. Shaker. Timber, yang dipatay si Kagiro. Test yun. Now they try to push mid lane and the bottom lane. Pero si Ember Spirit, dahil nga Ember lang ang gamit niya. Then Anino, then DP. Now they try to go bottom lane. Mars trying to death together with
Radiant's bottom
Excalibur
tower
using
is under
Juggernaut.
attack.
Pero
Radiant
isod
structures
kayo
are
pag death
fortified.
yan, especially kung na ay Arc Warden na balik sa ultimate. Then napa si Excalibur na ako yung Aegis. Then Golden, murag try niya ako pull down si Mars pero siya murag ma-restore.
Radiant's bottom
Wala,
barracks are
yan.
under
Oh, something namatay. Namatay si something na itong itabuan. Pero, may buyback and TP nagbalik.
Radiant's bottom
So, very important tayo si something kayo. Wala yung breakdown sa world follow-up. Okay, lisod si Awa, diba? Lisod ni
Radiant's
something.
middle tower is under attack.
Stand yun, kaya si Iceberg na ang bahala, si Iceberg na ang bahala kay follow-up.
Radiant's
So,
middle barracks
tier
are
3
under
is
attack.
down. They go to barracks. Barracks lang. For the Radiant team, nila ano is spam lang, pero wala sila mabuha.
Radiant's middle barracks
Of
is
course.
falling. Radiant's top tower is falling.
And they try to break down the Radiant and
Radiant's top
dapat
barracks are
huwag
under
na lang siya para ma-wipe out, pero PB ulti by Mars and try to follow up, buyback sila. Ulti by OB, matay si Ember Spirit pero na-Aegis. Ayan, namatay din si Stock po. Pero narutan ni Ember and na-follow up ni Salty. O, nakanindot mo na kung hindi mo, na-follow up pa. Now they're trying to put some simple work right
Radiant's
here.
top barracks has fallen.
They're trying to push top lane. Kung nag-walk ang barracks. But then, ay na lang kay naka-ingon na naka-hold sila. But si Mars wak mamatay lang. And because of that buyback, kapag yung end. So, for now, patay si OD, it's a dieback. Oh, hindi pala dieback. Nabuhi dito siya. Now, he buys back. Si Ember Spirit, Musara, pero nakiyahang na dodge ang stun or ang arrow o ang ice pack. Arc Warden. Ang imong anino, wala pa, dili pa nila po.
Radiant's
Stroke,
middle tower is under attack.
stroke, murag mo, yun ako ni Mars. Oh, pilit. Ayun sa first skill. Ayun sa spear ni Mars. Now, green. Arc Warden, murag mamatay na eh, pero na-scare. Earthshaker ang namatay, kaya nakamay side of vice. Next. Sun King, stun. Follow up by Ember, pero wala. Wala may crit. Wala ko yung crit sa
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, hindi ko gana yung one.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Patay ang ano. Eri na si Excalibur. Excalibur, buyback. Sulot, Nastos. Tangkihan ni Sun King.
Radiant's middle tower is
Tipihan sa
falling.
tubangan.
Radiant's ancient is down. Radiant's middle tower is
Tipihan sa
falling.
tubangan.
Radiant's ancient is down. Radiant's middle tower is
Tipihan sa
falling.
tubangan.
Radiant's ancient is down. Radiant's middle tower
Tipihan sa tubangan.
Radiant's
Ay, ano sa ko? Play. Wait lang. Please.
Five seconds remain.
Please.
1 game in between either of these teams and the Aegis. OG versus PSG LGD. And it looks like OG will have the second pick, PSG LGD having that first pick. As we go through the band to the Spectre band and Tiny band, quite familiar by now in this best of 5.
10 seconds remaining.
So before we get into the bans and picks too much here, I want to quickly talk about how I feel like in some way when you look at these two teams, if you remember, OG have been in this situation before with both No Tail and Ana. They had a similar situation with OG at the Kiev Major.
Yep.
I think, was that a reverse sweep actually? I don't remember entirely how that series went down. I think VP were up 2-0 and OG took 3 games in a row.
Salit lang ay ha. Mutanaw na jud ka karon.
So they have that mentality, and I think it's incredible to see Ana, who was out of the scene for a bit. He took a break for personal reasons. He comes back, and it's like he was never gone.
Yeah.
In these high-pressure matches, this guy just delivers.
And look at the respect there from PSG. How many late-game heroes can this guy play? Well, they're looking to find one more.
OG are laughing.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Think about what's being opened up here now, right? Like that Weaver, one of the most important heroes in the game right now, I would say.
Now that Lancer's banned out, OG's response compared to last game is they banned the Drow, because now both of the counterpick carries that you will generally see against the Drow Ranger, both Spectre and PL, are out of the pool.
Yeah, and despite her not really making an appearance here, you can see very level-headed drafting too.
Yeah.
Just like keeping that on your mind.
What are we expecting from Ana then? Most of his wins are on Spectre or PL. What is that kid?
Morphling.
Morphling.
They could IO Gyro if that ends.
Because of this, right? Because of these unique bans that are now coming out.
Silencer is definitely still one to look out for. I think LGD will want to grab that pick. It's also pretty good against Nature's Prophet, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
That is big.
Oh no, the Rubik lane is not very strong, and the Magnus lane itself is also not very strong.
Something that I've noticed that OG like to do when they have the Magnus is they like to play this 1-2 off lane where they both have wave clear, and they just push the wave. They cast their nukes on both heroes, they drain their regen, and then they try to out-farm. So they have both Shockwave and Fade.
Grass. And they could potentially do it with like the Rubik and the Magnus, and then when Prophet's ready, he just TP's in it and that tower's just gone.
Helen is helping us translate as well. What can you tell us about your strategy for this final game?
这是第5盘了，选手听不到我们现在说的话，我们想听你最真实的想法。这第5把怎么样？
我觉得就是这个宙斯这个点，如果能处理好就还好吧。宙斯这个点蛮克 TB 的。
If we can take off the Zeus, then we're all good because Zeus is a counter against Terrorblade.
Confidence level?
自信心满吗？自信心满度。
很有自信，可以的。
Very confident. We can do it. Confidence level?
Over 9,000.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, KC. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game 5 of the TI8 Grand Finals between PSG LGD and OG. And it all starts right here. Boys, what do we reckon about this final draft from both teams that we're going to see in this Game 5?
I'm still resetting. I'm still resetting, honestly.
Oh man, Game 4. Whew, what a game. But here in this Game 5, yeah, we have the Zeus versus Terrorblade, first phase Terrorblade. Not really vulnerable to that many picks, but as Professor was talking about, yeah, Zeus and Lina, one of the best. I don't think Thompson's Lina's been particularly fantastic, but Zeus the other day was fantastic.
OG versus
I'm looking forward to
PSG LGD.
In particular, just a lot of ults, of course, if they can get the big, if they can make the Magnus work. That's the big thing I'm looking for OG. Can they actually enable this Magnus? Can he enable their corners as well? And how much can they make happen in this bottom lane?
Dude, Seb has been spamming that hero.
He has been.
Plays Magnus non-stop. And this team is really good about capitalizing on these RPs. Normally there's like, you know, that 1 second delay. It's like, oh, he RP'd. But I think with Seb on the Magnus, they know when it's going to happen.
This game is, this top lane should be extremely difficult for OG. This Batrider, unless he gets really pressured by the early treants, should be able to have a really good time versus Ember and Nature's Prophet. He just run them down with a fissure to get some stacks up. Mid matchup, I think Somnus should be able to have a fine time, and they can even have the kill threat of rotations. And Thompson also shouldn't get killed by himself by any means in the Zeus.
No, we should expect to see Thompson have a much better time against Somnus compared to when he was playing his Invoke.
Absolutely.
I think this game, the team fight is very even on both sides. So you have the Magnus on one side, you have the Silencer to counter it, you have the Batrider, but he's only single target relative to a huge amount of AoE damage coming out from OG, so I think these lines are fairly equal.
Yeah, the thing I like about OG's draft is they have, the one thing I always look at when you're playing versus a Silencer is a way to get vision of where that Silencer is in the team fight. So they've got the Zeus ability to do that, and then they can pierce the backlines with an Ember Spirit to get on top of it, so that can be pretty nice for them. But as for LGD, they do have a lot of ways of initiating fights. They have their Kunkka to start it, and then they have the follow-up with Global Batrider and Earthshaker. It's a lot of ways to actually initiate and counter-initiate.
I mean, Kunkka has also been maybe's best hero this tournament, and he has just been destroying on that. And it is a pretty easy lane for Zeus, but actually even in CS.
Yeah, I think his Kunkka and his Storm for me have been unbelievable. Probably see the similar build that he's been doing on that Kunkka. Maybe not double bracer, but at least one of those bracers, and this time he's gonna go for the magic wand.
I guess.
Heavy harass. We'll be able.
And a lot of potential for X-Nova this game to have a huge impact. We've seen from the Silencers through and through this competition so many times these sort of big team fights put to a halt. You've got to be careful if you're this Ember or if you are, of course, Seb on the Magnus in terms of holding on to the RP in top lane. Bit of a block off here onto Ana. He's got the stick charges. He does have 3 stacks of sticky napalm upon him as Chalice diving in. Gets that first blood. Tanks up a bit of the tower, but he's able to get his way out of it. It's PSG LGD. Out to a strong start in his top lane.
Yeah, a little bit of risky move by Noto. He TP'd, but he didn't TP back home. He TP'd to pull away, and Ana was just left out there by his lonesome.
They have to go for those type of kills constantly in the top lane. Because Batrider, you don't really last hit that great in the laning phase. You're just gonna get your last hits through your Firefly, which you're able to do some stacks and whatnot. So they have to play very aggressive up clear whenever they see an opportunity if Ana steps up too far. bottom lane going very well. Seb is doing a great job with that. In power, they're really messing with Ame's last hits with the Fate Bolt as well. You see he's got that massively reduced damage. He's sitting at 40 compared to Seb's 80. So just making it that much easier for the Magnus to put the pressure onto Ame.
Yeah, the Quelling Blade can only do so much for him. The next Nova, I mean, he doesn't have any points of plays with Wisdom, and he can't really harass Seb. Magnus is actually surprisingly tanking in lane. Really hard to harass out.
He's going to use the Metamorphosis to try and catch up in the CS. A bit of harass onto Jax and Seb if possible. Try and close that gap between himself and Seb as you talk about. Seb with that lead, second highest in CS level with his Ember Spirit at the moment.
This is not an easy Magnus game, by the way. But as soon as he jumps in, he can get lifted, or he can get lassoed, he can get fissured, he can get echoed. There's so many counterplays, especially Global Silence. So I wouldn't feel super comfortable as a Magnus here. You really need something else to jump in, like the Ember.
Top steps up a bit far in the mid lane. FY as well as Somnus, they're catching on him. They on that
They
shaker.
should have the catch here with the fish up into the X-Mark Torrent combo. They've caught Thompson. Will he die to the Ancients? He won't. Somnus gets the hit in. Tidebringer, he has the damage to claim the second kill here for PSG LGD.
FY has been doing a really good job controlling both runes. 2-minute rune, he got the haste, 4-minute rune. Make sure that Zeus can't get it. He did rush a bottle and won't be able to get that regeneration rune that is generally a lane rune for the Zeus.
FY's got it, so he can even keep his pressure on this map. At the moment, he's getting close to Arcane Boots with Shaker. Jarex in some trouble here.
Fisher block not quite successful, but it doesn't look like it may matter with the damage coming out between the two of them. Slow from the curses. Still in he goes. FY one more slam with the totem.
Full mana.
They're trying to go around maybe try and get a kill on Chalice up here, but it doesn't matter if Shaker's there or not. They can get the kill.
Bounty runs. It looks like they're going to be the ones to claim
Top lane, a bit of a dive going on to Anna. He's got 5 stacks at the moment on him. No tail will TP, and Chalice is tanking quite a bit of the tower. Stick charges are there from Anna. He's moving. As Anna will be fine there. I don't think, by the looks of it, Chalice checked the stick charges on Anna as he was A-okay. Mid lane at the same time, Thompson getting gone on. FY's there with the combo. Helping out Somnus secure that kill onto the Zeus.
You kind of expect this from Zeus, just because he dies doesn't mean the lane's going poorly. It's actually kind of expected, I would say. But really, he'll just contribute later on in the team fights. He's not quite level 6 yet.
I mean, that one death that he did have, it does start to hurt you because you get that level disadvantage.
FY again.
FY making those moves all over the place.
Absolutely setting up for another kill here as they chase down Jerax. More +2 for the Silence in top lane as well. Chalice runs down Anna. It's 6-1. The kill's starting to really build up in this first 6 minutes of gameplay from PSG LGD.
They don't have a real good way to protect their Ember Spirit in that top lane. If anything, they need the Rubik there to help him to pull that aggressiveness that's coming up from Chalice off of him.
And they're not slowing down this Earthshaker's farm at all. He has 500 gold and Arcane Boots. If he gets an early blink, I mean, I'm really scared for OG.
Yep.
Now Seb.
Seb is in a lot of trouble here too.
He is. They're coming looking for him in the trees. FY's there, ready for him. Waiting for him.
He was right on top of him.
3-0-3 on this Earthshaker already at the 6.5 minute mark.
The power of the Shaker, we've seen it not only in this finals, but throughout the whole tournament. FY, one of, if not the best Shaker in the game at the moment. And he's certainly showing it here in the game where it all counts the most. Trying to set up, buying time for No-Tail to come through. Somnus does get the bow tap, but he's already dead. Thunder God's Wrath from Thompson will burst him down. They did send 4 heroes in for this one though, OG. Seb also joining in the middle lane.
I mean, they get the Kunker kill, which is great, but now Ame's just got an open lane to himself. Now there's no pressure being put on this Tower Blade at all. Actually recovered really well. 36 and 14 last hits.
Yep, and they expended Zeus ult too, so not too much kill potential on the side lanes. They still have that double combo though from the
In range there to dispel the smoke straight up. Jerax.
That's a nice one.
Jerax is pulling an X-Nova right now, right? Just smoking through with just putting down some words, getting ready for the next movements that are coming out.
Again, Somnus having a very scary start to this game. He's top on the CS. We saw what he was able to do with a good opening on his Kunker earlier in this series. And so far, he's on the right track to offering a repeat performance.
Zeus also has to be careful, not only the global, but the curse. The curse really hurts Zeus.
It's true.
Especially if he gets his buff so many times.
Ana, level 6 here, has a remnant.
A little harder for Chalice to find those kills now. Does have that lasso up. Has No-Tail He's been found out. He'll pop the Sprout down, but it'll be cut through by Somnus as another kill for Somnus in that middle lane.
Yeah, people lining TV to try and steal the rune. Yeah. He did get the regen.
They do send Thompson down here to put a bit of harassment onto Arme. Arme's behind the tower. Instant TP comes in from FY as well, so OG can't dive.
They can't put a lot of pressure on the Terrorblade here though, with the Zeus as well as that Shockwave.
Doing a lot of damage to this mid-tier 1 tower. The pressure that he's putting on, incredibly impressive in this middle lane.
They really can't afford to give up this tower right now. I think both the Shaker and the Batrider, they're on their way to their blinks. That tower is going to make it that much easier.
Top lane Chalice, playing around with that. He's holding on to Lasso for now. Now we'll pop it, feeling that he's got the damage to do the kill. And stick charge back up, able to get away mid lane. Seb comes in with a rotation, pops the RP down onto Somnus. They've got the burst, the setup's there. Takes 4 of them, but it does get them the kill on Somnus. And sort of how beefy he was, it did look like they did need all 4 to get that kill.
I think Somnus did spend his gold before he died.
Almost. I mean, those kills start that up. No, you know, they have to commit 4 heroes, but it's time off the map, right? That's where 10 more seconds where the Kunkka's not there to be threatening kills all over the place, and Thompson gets a little bit of a break on the Zeus to not have to worry about dying.
And they're focusing on him because they know they can deal with the Terrorblade with the Zeus later if it gets to that point of the game. So if they had to choose in between these 2 cores, it's definitely going to be the Kunkka.
FY goes for the setup, the Bishop into the combo, Torrent will be dodged. No Tail's actually going to TP in for this one as Somnus beats down onto Jerax. Jerax able to get himself away. No, he's not! The Tiebreaker from Somnus finds the kill. FY walks in for the Echoes now. The silence is there on Seb. Seb's coming to the fight, but he's instantly going to get sent out with a slap as FY chunks him down with the Enchantosen. There's no Tail also in trouble. Chalice diving on forward. Kill after kill. Anna, can he do anything in return? He comes in with the slide. The Remnant as well, looking for X-Nova and Somnus. He can't quite finish it off, and Arme, he's turned up, and he'll be able to take down Anna.
What a collapse by OG. Even how does Arme show up there?
12-3 now, and a 3K lead very early on for PSG LGD.
Look at this item goal coming out. Chalice too. I thought he was going for a blink dagger, but it looks like he has Atos queued up. He keeps switching it up, but Atos to deal with the...
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
That's going to be pretty nasty. I mean, that's so much disable versus him. I think this is only because FY's having such a great game. They can rely on him to initiate the fights.
He's so close to the blink dagger.
And then Chalice, it makes him incredibly tanky on this Batrider. If he just charges in and you get a fissure, the follow-up afterwards, because FY's going to have that blink so early on. Definitely be an interesting approach here. Just catch out all the time.
Jerax shows himself mid, but they've got the catch ready to deal with him. X-Mark into the combo. Jerax, another casualty here in the middle lane for OG. It's PSG LGD. They want to finish off this tower. TPs are coming in. Seb, we have the damage here to help bring this man down. He'll pop the RP. He's not messing around. The Torrent comes out. Chalice will still fall though. OG get the kill. Again, cost them a lot. They keep that tier 1 alive. They can look for the deny.
Yeah, they can secure the deny. Beneficial here. But as all this is happening, Arme is not getting pressured, and FY pretty much has that blink dagger, but they do at least have the Zeus to counteract that update.
This is a scarily quick blink dagger here for FY. We've already seen what he can do. He's 4-0-6 at the moment, at 11 minutes in on his Shaker.
With Arcane Boots, this has to be one of the fastest blinks I've ever seen.
In Game 5 of the Grand Finals, nonetheless, as well.
FY 0-6 already.
And he's ahead of Seb. Seb also going for the same build, the Arcane Boots into the blink dagger, but he's going to be a few minutes behind. And I don't see any smoke on the side of LGD, but let's see where they...
Wow.
12-minute blink arcanes on FY.
Nahaz is probably losing it back there.
Echo stand back up in a couple of seconds as well as he'll look to set up top at the moment. No one up there on OG.
He can look to set up pretty easily now for Ana all over the place. Ana is very easily killable with +1 with that Earthshaker. And they even have the global on top of that if they need to commit even more, so...
Radiant's bottom.
They need more time on OG. I think you really need, like, you know, max levels of power, blink on your heroes, and then this cloud on Zeus before your team fight really starts to become a little bit scary. Right now, with no PKPs out on the field, global silence is king.
Yeah, I mean they need to have a lot coming up in their 3 cores, right? Because Rubik and Nature's Prophet, they're not going to be able to contribute too much to the team fights versus what LGD has.
Especially when Jerax is 0 points on the null field right now. He went for the full fade build. So team fights not really OG strong suit. So they will be very content with trade towers. I think this definitely benefits OG. Especially when Seb is still farming about 700 gold away from losing.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Seb once again with a rotation towards the middle lane. Has RP at the veil.
How early do you think Ami
I was wondering that as well. It depends on how much he wants to really be involved in all the fights with this team. That's what I'm thinking here. He might just go for it as the next item though.
Can he rely on the rum?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea. It takes time for it to pass through you, right? So it's like...
But your Shaker, you have Global Silence, you have Shaker Blink. I think it might be a risk worth taking. I mean, Ame, he's not the safest of carry players. As we saw last game, he went to Fusel before BKB. Very early on. He has nothing in his quick buy yet, but just want to get a feel for his BKB timing.
Yeah. This top. They go. They dive. Global to set up the jump in from FY. As Anna caught out underneath the tier 2 tower. Maybe they can get more as well as Chalice hides onto Jerax. Deeper will come in from No-Tail, but Chalice commits with the lasso, dragging No-Tail away into the clutches of the rest of LGD as they'll surround him and find a second kill for Ahmed.
Next up was quietly sneaking by. He's like, yeah, give me all that in. 12 in already for him. Just sitting in the back, staying alive. That's what his job is.
And look at the change build coming out from maybe in this game. Not going for that Shadow Blade, actually just building a hood for his team. Well, for himself at least, for now. If he doesn't want to upgrade it, I don't know if he will. But...
I think in the other games, they had BKB early, they won the team fights, and then late game, they actually got punished, I would say, for buying BKB so early. This game, switching around a little bit, and the Atos is already up for the Bat Rider, so that's another threat that the Ember Spirit needs to worry about. Normally, he's like, okay, Shaker, yeah, he has a blink, and there's Global Silence, but I should be okay most of the time. Now there's 3 heroes that can kill him.
Yeah. And Ame is going for the greedy build that we mentioned. He is going to go for that Yasha, since he has all those different forms of protection for his teammates.
Decent amount ahead. 15 minutes, 5k advantage. He is. And on top of that hurt, he's played Somnus.
In that mid lane.
And look for the setup, straight for the torrent. They get the connection into the boat, but the Sleight of Fist actually going to be able to come out in time. It may not matter though, X-Nova's in, but the Remnants out. He'll get himself back to safety, Anna.
Dire's top tower.
What a great slight.
Yeah, dodges everything there. During all this though, the wording
there's a blink coming out from Seb. It hasn't been seen on the observer or the logo. They don't see this coming at all.
A big shot. Chalice and FY rather close to one another at the moment as they hide behind that tower. Seb.
Look at FY's position though. He is so deep in the tree. Perfect place.
And they go. For Chalice, the Facebook catch in the root. It's going to be down onto the Ember Spirit. Fisher as well onto Seb. You know that he's got that blink. The Urn's down on him as well as the curse. Seb's got to skew himself away. He cannot blink in.
That's not the way you want your blink dagger to
go, though. He's trying to TP away. Is he going to get out? He is. No, he's not. He ticks down in base. As they'll find themselves Jerax as well. Global Silence being used as they'll chase down the Rubik. 2 more kills for LGD. Thompson found in the river.
That was just perfect position coming out from FY over there. He was ready. Even if he had the RP, I don't think he would have been able to get the skewer off.
They are absolutely crushing this opening PSG LGD.
They're feeling very confident. They're looking and they're like, there's a Rubik and an H-Prop on the team. The team fights are 100% in their favor. It's all going to be up to Seb if he can land those big RPs, but it's so hard, especially with all these wards. LGD always having vision in every situation before OG's even swing. That was OG's best chance because it was not spotted.
And Zeus, normally he's pretty safe to go around and deal with. Not this game. He built a defensive item first on the Yules.
Look at this.
So his offensive power, normally you have like Aether Lens fail at this point in the game. His team fight potential is
under attack.
So what do OG need to do? How do they win the team fights? How do they stall this game out? How do they wait for Empower, Ember Spirit to kind of take over the game?
I think they have to be able to play around the global. They can't just be waiting every single time for LGD to have every single ulti available. They have to be able to use... I think they have to be pushing lanes out a lot harder as well, even risking some lives from each other to try to set up these game plays. Because if they just wait for RP in every single fight, there's no way they're ever going to be able to outpace LGD. Because they're just going to have more team fight in the occasions when RP is on cooldown.
Bottom lane. Looking for the Terrorblade. TP's coming in. Can they kill him in time? Arme quick with the turn and the Sunder. He's back up to full. As now Ana rooted down with the bottom 8. He gets the slider fist off. They do have the control onto Arme. Can they kill him in time? Arme will fall, but so will Ana shortly. He's got the flame guard giving him some resistance, but he'll still go down. Thompson using himself up into the air. OG, they found 2 so far, but Thompson's brought back into the boat from Somnus. They'll get themselves a third. They'll look to No-Tail. As No-Tail fishes to the face from FY. As again, PSG LGD just coming out on top of these trades. OG tried to get aggressive onto Arme, but the backup's there in time from LGD as they'll take the favorable trade 4-2.
I do think that's what OG needs to be doing, though. They need to be trying to take these fights. Even if they're a little over-aggressive and all, they can't just allow LGD to wait and wait for their ultis to come up every single time. Because now they've got Global and the Earthshaker ulti as well, which makes the fights impossible for OG.
No hesitation there from Arme, as you saw, with a quick Sunder. Thompson able to get a decent amount of burst out, but it's just as soon as Somnus turns up the high, he hits a huge tie bring, I believe, onto 3 of them there.
They didn't have the Magnus during all this, though. You see Seb is trying to come into the fight, but they've already been outnumbered because of the position where they're in.
It's very typical for this Magnus. It looks like he wants to build a Greaves to deal with the global silence, but that means he's not going to have Shadow Blade. If they find it, they're instantly going to kill him. They're going to blow everything they can on Magnus. Without RP, they do not win the fight. Maybe they can steal. I mean, there's actually no huge spells to steal. You're not going to be able to steal global silence at this point. Echo is, so-so on a Rubik without Blink Dagger. So.
It's like Fissure and any of the, maybe the Kunkka-Boat. The Kunkka-Boat's also pretty significant if you can get it off, but.
Oh yeah, Kunkka-Boat is huge, but I don't think anything compares to the RP.
Yeah.
Bottom lane. No-Tail trying to set up onto Somnus. They'll run it forward with Ana. The boat's already out though for Somnus. Somnus trying to look at the trees. He's hunting actually down No-Tail. The global silence comes out. Ana not quite able to get on top of X-Nova as X-Nova keeps his distance. Somnus just turning and beating down on No-Tail. No-Tail will go down as well as X-Nova. 1-for-1 at the moment. The sentry's down here from OG. They have eyes on Somnus. Seb still holding him for the side. Then there'll be a buyback from No-Tail. The boat, the stolen boat, the RP coming through. They're jumping in the FY's there with a slam, ready to hold off for the fight, but Chalice is so low. Chalice is going to go down. PSG LGD, they've lost 3. FY with the TPL won't make it. The sleight of fist, the shades. Ana catches out the shaker. Can he TP back in time before the curse kills him? Yes,
well, that's exactly what you talked about, the stolen boat. When you buff on Ana, just push them over the edge for the fight.
Literally at the perfect time, too. The boat comes through as FY goes in, so that damage reduction comes into play immediately. That was huge.
What a fight for them to take there. You saw FY jumping in with a slam. If they'd have lost that fight, OG, it could have been just a little too much. 20 minutes in, they were falling far and far behind. No-Tail, I don't know if he meant to trap himself there. It looked like he tried to block them off between the 2 of them. I don't know if it would have saved him anyway, though, as they still find the kill. No-Tail taken down. We'll see this once again here.
Great steal. The boat right there, as we see. Immediate RP. Everything came out at the same time. It's like RP, Earthshaker ulti, as well as that ghost ship.
The boat gets on all 3 of them.
Yep.
And another great sight coming out from Ana. He dodged just that little bit of
damage. Look at that. The boat buff as well on Ana. If that wasn't there, everything sort of just coming into place for OG to be able to take that team fight. But still,
I don't think Ame was involved in that fight, though. So, LGD doing their typical 45, sometimes maybe on the Alchemist this time with Ame on the Terrorblade, and he is looking to get involved very soon, about 300 gold away from his BKB. And I think that fight, also, they singled out the Silencer very well, making him blow global, and then after that, go in with the RP.
Yeah. I think also it's like Ame didn't have meta available. If he has meta, sometimes he does show up for the fights before the BKB, but now he's got both available, so this is go to even if they held onto their Echo. So Echo and Global are going to be up in about 20 seconds, so yeah, they're definitely ready to make a fight happen.
They're smoking, but Chalice does not have his Blink Dagger. He has to go all the way back, so he's way further behind than the rest of his team.
So they can get the catch onto Ana. Fisher, jump ball from FY. They've got the chain stun. Is there any way they can play his way out? The Global's coming through. The mech will be popped here. Ana's up into the air. Chalice looks around him, but he gets the slide out. Can he get over to the Remnant as well? No. There's the jump, the RP. They'll get the kill onto Ana. Seb tries to skewer the 2 of them to the side, but now he's stuck on his own on the low ground. Arme's down the high ground. Post the BKB. No messing around for this Terrorblade. As Arme will help take a second here for LGD.
That split was so good. Seb was just waiting for the RP, but he was only able to get 1. He thought that they would all crop up around the Ember Sphere.
As they look to capitalize on this metamorphosis as much as possible. Straight into the pit they go.
Man, I'm really loving this Atos on the Bat Rider too. It's just making Ana's life that much more difficult in these fights. He's just having to use the slight to try to buy some time while he's inside that Atos, but then he comes back still.
Well, OG maybe looking to fight. There is no Remnant out on the Ember Sphere.
You get X-Nova on the side of an FY. He jumps in with the Echo Slam. Jarek's going to be there with the telekinesis, but already they've lost no tail. And the X mark, it's there onto Thompson. He'll use himself up. He will be able to keep himself away. Somnus is hunting though. The Thunder God's Wrath comes through. Let's see Somnus. LGD straight back towards the pit. Why? Losing that fight, the Roshan will smoke his way out.
They need to shrine really fast. Ana gonna see this Roshan 20%. Did they really want to leave it there?
It's so low.
No RP up.
No meta on LGD either, but they've got their both. They've got the strong and Kunkka.
And Lasso's almost up too. This is time for Chalice to shine.
Don't get the fish around time for Jarex to catch up with Somnus. Chalice there in the pit. He tried to jump forward instead, but instantly avoid there with the reaction. The enchant totem's down. So it's been cursed. X-Nova trying to go for it. They do manage to get the chains out onto the Batrider. The courier actually being taken down here, but they've lost one. They've lost two. They've lost three. Buybacks coming out from the two of them. OG, they've got the double kill for Ana. They're pushing LGD away from this pit. X-Nova does not have buyback. Roshan still stands.
Only 12 seconds left of blow up. LGD kind of need to reset, but the Roach is so low.
They have nearly got RP back up on Seb. That's both teams ready to fight around the pit. Seb, can he find a chance for the RP? Chalice on the high ground. They're going to head into the pit, OG. They're confident, knowing Seb can sit there on the high ground, ready for the counterplay. Arme getting sprouted. Chalice looks to make a play, jumps in, immediately going for it with the lasso. Has he got the control to get the damage out? He can. There's the behind the dead, but Ana buys back straight away. Arme moving in with the BKB. Roshan's still alive throughout this all. They've lost Thompson. The slide, the change, the remnant across. They'll get the kill onto Chalice, but now Ana's in the middle of it all. Uses himself up the flame guard, ticking everyone down like the slide of fist. The RP. Seb, he's got the control onto Arme. As OG, they fight free. They look towards Somnus, surrounding him in the pit. Somnus, he'll go down as well. The buyback from Ana, securing the fight here for OG. There's only X-Nova left alive, but not for long. They chase him down. They get the team-wide triple kill for Ana. As he buys back, plays his way back over into the pit, secures OG the team fight and himself the Aegis.
Now they have the huge offensive power, the level 4 empower, and the offensive dome field coming out from them. Now there's just way too much energy. Yeah, they have the hood on the Kunkka, but that's not saving anyone at all. He has a lot of HP. He's going towards hard mode, but terrible versus Zeus.
And Jarex during all of this had Fissure, just constantly throwing those fissures in through the backlines. Seb able to find the opportunity after everybody dies. Global doesn't connect on, it connects on everybody, not in the best situation though, because they were all split up. So Somnus was stuck in the pit there for a while. And with all this wards on the high ground too, they were able to see whatever approach that FY wanted to take to get into the lane. So he was getting control of the shaker.
Amber's getting a lot of items down. He fought that guy. I think he definitely came out on top there. Keep in mind, this is amplified by that power.
If he's able to get that Lincoln, he's going to be so much safer. This Yule's pickup has saved him time and time again in these fights. That Lincoln, he has a lot more liberty.
I think they need a BKB on the Batrider too. He went for the Atos, which slows down his Blink Dagger, and it slows down his BKB even more.
Yeah, I'm surprised Somnus didn't go for the BKB either, going just for that straight hard. I mean, he loves the item.
TP straight in here, right by the shrine. They do, they've got the setup onto FY. In comes Ana with the remnant, the slide. A fist to find FY. OG, they're seeing if they can find more.
Arcane Rune on Ember Spirit. No way they take this fight.
Seb, you get the jump and they've got the Yules up onto X-Nova. Ana able to walk in, close the gap onto the silencer. As OG taking 2 down, now leading in this game. 4K net worth advantage for the side and still an Aegis.
Look at the experience drop too. It was both about 5K for LGD as OG makes a huge turnaround.
We do have the Blink Dagger on the Terrorblade for LGD so that he can blink it, but I mean, the reflection is not great here at all. It's actually one of the worst reflection games that I've seen. So, yeah, if he goes in and blinks, it's not super scary, and there's a ton of right click coming up for Ember Spirit because BKB prison disabled, the Magnus, so I don't know. I'm not confident in this Terrorblade being able to take over.
I think they're just trying to, like, 3 different Blink Daggers to start the fight with that Global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away, get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice, he's in with the opener, straight in with the lasso, the tail, they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the tower, cut him down to the tower, bring his dead ones, but on the side, they find Arme's dead for 60, still alive at the moment, oh, the Yules, gets the dodge,
Ulti Yules.
Up into the end,
Na-dodge
dodging the
niya.
Echo Stab
Ulti
Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kunkka. The stolen Fidget Jerax sets up onto FY. OG take 3 and up into the base. 28 minutes in, OG are threatening the high ground of PSG LGD. This tier 3 tower going down, no buyback on FY, no buyback on Ame.
Ame just getting caught in the back lines of that fight, and then that Yule Scepter on a...
Way too many good at this point. Yeah, especially with Jerax. I mean, they started the fight on FY, got the fissure, and after that, it's nearly impossible to go on.
I mean, Jerax has been getting literally the most ideal steals in the last few situations. That bottom fight where they got the go shot, these last 2 fights where he just had fissure every single time for his team.
And he doesn't exactly know when to use mobile. There's not exactly like the greatest point because they're not initiating with the Magnus. Ana's jumping in. Ana's getting jumped on. He's the one that's starting off the fight, and you don't really want to global because they have the Greaves up now on the Magnus. They have the Yule and Embers to protect themselves from that.
They've got the full ags on Zeus.
Yeah.
Yep. Full set of items. Getting close to a Lotus Orb now on the Furion 2, on the Nisha's Prophet. They've got the Guardian Greaves going for that pipe on 7. Just everybody has acquired so much after that last situation.
And FY in particular has slowed down. He had what, 12-minute Blink Dagger? Since then he's picked up an over axe.
Away, will jump himself away from the Nimbus, backs himself up. X-Nova's got to be careful, he's incredibly low. They're looking to set up with the Torrent. Ame, he's been sprouted, the stolen Fisher from Jerax. Out onto Ame, but they're pointing with the slam. Is it enough? No, it's not. LGD never lost 2 yet again, but they have managed to find 2 in return. Anna's still alive, the Flame Guard keeping it fight again. The Sleight of Fist cuts down a second double kill for Anna. Chalice surrounded by 7 Anna here in the trees as OG get the team wipe.
Ana has been unbelievable with these sleight of fist.
Oh, Anna Ember Spirit, a thing that over the years we saw it before he had his break, and now back here at the International 2018, he's doing what we've seen him do many times before.
And OG's ready to keep going. They know that pretty much everything was expended by LGD there. The meta's on cooldown, the global's on cooldown, the echo's on cooldown. It's their time to shine.
30 minutes.
Straight down the middle and they go. Somnus dead for 40 seconds. The Kunkka does not have buyback for this defense.
They're having to use Echo to keep Ana down, and that is not what you want from your team fight. And Ana's not even dying in these fights.
That's a tier 3 tower gone.
Even for this next fight, Jerax actually stole Ghost Ship at the end of it. So he has this available.
There's a full fight now, and there's the setup. The Nimbus, bam, the stolen bow, X-Nova gone. Buys back, but OG have taken a second melee rack set and a second range rack. 20,000 net worth lead at 31 minutes.
They still want to keep going.
They absolutely do.
They know everything's still on cooldown.
Check the RP timing, it's nearly there again. It is. It's back up.
This could be the last hurrah for LGD here now as OG has pushed this game.
And they're forced to go full defensive item on LGD because they've been dying constantly with these fights, and there's this Zeus just throwing out tremendous damage output. And on the flip side, you have Seb. He's not forced to go BKB. He can go full team fight items with the Greaves and the pipe, and that goes a long way to Ana not dying. Lose the game and the international, so I don't exactly know what LGD's plan is here to try and win the next fight.
Big plan, big plan, big plan.
not have to use absolutely everything to kill him, then that's gonna be the dream. But it's been proven to be so hard versus Ana, as he's just played this in such a good way.
And Jarex still has the first shot.
Here we go. OG with the smoke.
They've got all the momentum pushing in from those waves.
They're power down the mid lane. Thompson and Ana leading the charge. Somnus on the front at the moment. He's back up to the high ground. PSG LGD playing careful, making sure to not get jumped upon. As OG hide in the shadows, waiting to pounce. PSG LGD won't fall for this one as of yet.
They're getting suffocated. They're not able to walk outside of the base at all.
There's no tail. Oh, he drops the ward, but the sentry was down. They knew he was there. They'll catch him hiding in the tree. So now with the Nature's Prophet gone for 85, PSG LGD can relax a little bit more.
But Roshan's almost up. They have the Nimbus Cloud inside to scout as soon as it comes up. And LGD, I don't think they can take a fight if they have the Aegis and Cheese.
Yep, I think they have to contest that next Roche.
Yep.
We see that they're going to be smoking out.
It's their best chance.
Coming in though.
Super obvious now that the mid lane has been touched, and
so,
even more obvious.
And now they know.
They know exactly where they are, and OG are nowhere to be found, and sadly, Roche is not enough.
And gets hit by the Nimbus as well, so. And a scan for throw on top.
Oh, there's an arcane root on the Zeus. That is one of the worst possible scenarios for LGD.
Oh, and a full Octarine on
Full Octarine on Ana. Good luck controlling this Ember Spirit now. Level 23 as well. As Ana charges in, finds himself the change. The boat is going to head over towards his way, but he uses up. His Linkers has been popped set. Goes with the RP, dragging back the Kunkka. Can they kill off Somnus? He's very tanky without heart. It looks like he'll be fine. They'll get the challenge jump with the lasso onto the Ember Spirit, the FY Echo Slam as well, onto Ana. Can they actually kill him off? They don't have the damage. Ana's able to get the Slide of Fist out. There'll be a buyback from Thompson as Jarex. The Solar Fissure onto 2. Sits up for the double kill. Ana, he's found 2, and OG looking for more. Seb trying to hunt down Somnus. The dust upon him. Seb's got the skewer. He's got the blink up. Can he peel him back towards his teammates? He can't quite catch him. Somnus will be able to back up a no-tail. He's in with the Sprout, the chains, the setup's there. Ana closing in. He'll be forced to the side. Somnus, can he get himself back to the fountain? He'll turn. He'll clean out the summons there with the Tidebringer hit. But he's stuck in the tree line. Ana just going for the kill. Is Somnus still alive? Gonna get the zone now. A bigger target, potentially Arme. Arme, he's sprouted. He has got something. Can he get it off? He can't. Arme cut down as the tier 4's now being taken by OG. There's all the time. Here's big with the Chalice. It's another down. OG, can they get Somnus? He's doing his best to hold. 10 seconds before he's got teammates back in. Seb peeling Somnus away from the fountain. Ana's on top of it. Somnus down to half health. He's trying to retrieve with the chains. They get themselves another Somnus taken down. Zame with a BKB reflection. Ana starting to be forced back. They have got X-Nova and FY back in the game now. No Echo Slam or Global. The Ancient is exposed. As OG, the Nimbus down. The shockwave from Seb gets themselves another. They're on to the Ancient. OG. Have done it. They have done it. The power of flowers and friendship. Done it here, ladies and gentlemen. Your grand champions of TI8. It's OG. Can you believe it? OG, a team tipped by some to be the...